Hello everybody, my name is Aud and welcome back to the Aud Narrations channel. Today we're reading a story about a woman whose ex-boyfriend, I guess, is begging her to come back. It's the usual tale of a partner that cheats or leaves or whatever for a, grass is greener kind of situation, only to learn out that it's just painted grass and then come back crawling. So let's take a little read. The main body reads, "He says that I'm the only one who ever actually loved him. None of the affair partners actually ever loved him for him. They were just using him. And now he sees my good heart and real love and he wants it back. He's a liar who will say anything to get what he wants, so I'm putting no stock in this. I do have to laugh at the idea that he thinks he can convince me to come back because he's missing the benefits of our relationship. Stay strong, my friends." Someone left a comment saying, "The petty side of me would have given him a printed photo of me with 'Good luck out there,' signed, 'The only one that actually loved you.'" That's funny. OP replied with, "Ha ha ha. Believe me, I'm allowing a bit of petty revelry, but I love this image." Someone replied to this saying, "So in both of my divorces, my ex-mother-in-laws have loved me after. Now I'm friends with my first ex, as the circumstances around our divorce were situational at the time, and we were young and dumb. My second ex-mother-in-law loves me to death, and is ripping pissed at her daughter for cheating on me, and she, along with my ex's family, hate the guy. They call him El Feo, the ugly one, when they reference him in text to my ex, and she hates it." That's really funny. "Well, our son is graduating this year, and the whole ordeal has absolutely wrecked this kid. Though he tries not to show it, but it's easy to see it in his behavior. His mom has basically let him go on autopilot and just figure out shit he needs to do for his senior year. It got so bad at one point that his ex-girlfriend's mother called me, though at the time she acted like she hated me, to tell me all of the things my son needed to do, and he was getting zero guidance. So I started jumping in, because I thought my ex was taking care of it. One of those things was senior photos. I let my son pick out the package he wanted, and they sent a huge help packet to me. It was basically a 3-hour session with multiple backgrounds and poses, and I thought was perfect because he could use some as his headshots. I sent my son and his girlfriend a text to make sure they explained to his mum, and show her the video, that the photo shoot allows parents there to make decisions and to be in them if the kid wants. My son kept telling me, 'She acts like she doesn't care,' or 'She said okay and doesn't really seem interested.' This is very odd, because my ex loved photos and directing this kid in them." They continue saying, "Well, I dressed up in my suit on photo day and told the photographer that I wanted to be in at least one pic, and my son was okay with that. Well, I ended up in like half a dozen, and some good father-son poses. Well, for Christmas, I got his family and my ex-mother-in-law and her sister's pictures ordered. My ex-mother-in-law and her sister asked for a picture of me with my son, and they both got 4-foot by 3-foot pictures. Damn! As a set of 3, each has one of me. Both of them know they said they wanted to make sure that if El Feo, or any other man that my ex brings, that they know who I am. 2 weeks later, my ex shows up at her mother's, with my son's family. His dad died when he was 4. And they all get to see all of the pictures of my son, and hear the story of the various photo shoots because she decided she didn't want to bother. My ex-mother-in-law said my ex said nothing, but you could tell she was looking at all the pictures and wanted more. So yeah, I'm a bit petty, and I found out my ex-mother-in-law and her sisters are worse than me. I remember telling them both, 'Look, a picture of me there is just gonna cause and they cut me off and said, "We don't give a shit what she thinks, or whatever piece of shit guy she brings around does either. You're XYZ's dad, and we're gonna make sure she doesn't forget that, and she needs a good reminder of what she's thrown away. Besides, the pictures of you everywhere may keep the new guys away." That's funny. So I thought I was petty. Nothing like pissed off Cuban in-laws if they take your side. Damn. OP replied to this saying, "Thank you for sharing your story. I really enjoyed reading it. Even though I know we're all working very hard on self-validation, it's nice to know that the people around us see us and value us, even if one ding-dong was not able to. Also, thank you for continuing to show up for your son. I work with kids and many parents of teenagers think that teenagers don't need them. They are wrong." That's a funny story. I enjoyed that. Someone else left a comment saying, "Wait, there were multiple affair partners? Cut this serial cheating dumb fuck loose." OP replied saying, "Yes, and I uncovered pretty much all of them at once. So I haven't had like multiple D-days. It sucked, but I'm grateful, and it's definitely over. It keeps sneaking through my no contact efforts. I'm in a really good and happy place to be rid." Someone else replied saying, "Don't tolerate stalking. If you made it clear you don't want him to ever contact you again, he definitely doesn't respect you because he can't even respect your wishes." OP replied saying, "This comment has been rattling around in my head for days, and I'm so glad you said it. I was not taking his behavior very seriously, and the label you gave it has helped me tremendously. Thank you." Completely agree. That is proper stalker behavior. Someone replied to OP saying, "I always try responding to people's posts a little differently, in the hopes that I may have broken through a bit, at least enough to make them possibly see things from a different angle." Smiley face. I've been married 17 years, and let me tell you, it's always a constant state of commitment and work. You can't imagine how hard it is to even succeed at any of it if you can't even do the most basic of things. Respect your partner. I've had times where I was very angry or upset about something, and likewise my wife has been there too. Sometimes the best thing to do is to respect their wishes and don't push interaction. When the time is right, they'll open up dialogue themselves or let you know when they are ready. I could never betray my wife, and I hope she never betrays me, but if something that huge were to happen, I'd need space and time to be alone in my own thoughts. If he or she can't give that to you, what's the point anyway? I wish you all the best. Prayer. You deserve better. Completely agree. Someone else left a comment saying, "Please stay strong or do not fall for this crap. Every cheater says this stuff, and so you'll take them back. And once you let your guard down, they just do it again. But get smarter at hiding it. Any man that puts you through such pain isn't worth it." OP replied saying, "I could not agree more, and it only strengthens me. So now he admits that I was a great partner and wants me in his life? Then why did he throw it all away? It wasn't worth anything back then." Someone else left a comment saying, "He knows he screwed up. To be honest, they all do, but at least you get to hear it. If I'm being honest, not talking myself up, loyal people who genuinely love are hard to come by. And I think that when cheaters realize finding another you is rare, they start to spiral." That's my take on it. I've met many people in this world, and more are entitled and selfish than not. My ex had so many horrible exes before me that just took and used him. I thought he could see I was different. I wanted to be a team and build a life together. His family and friends all said to me, as I left, that he will never find someone like me, and his affair partner has been trash long before she exploded into my life. What I'm saying is, he knows you're a rare one, OP. The thing with people like is, once we're gone, we never fully come back. I hope you're done fully. OP replied saying, "Thank you, and I completely agree with you." His family went on about how they never liked any of his exes. I was the first one who was actually good to him. And when I look back at all the accusations he made against me, I do see a lot of projection there. But I also wonder, is this how he thinks people behave? Is this his experience? Someone else left a comment saying, "I like the way he frames this. Not, 'I fucked up, let me earn your forgiveness,' but 'my affair partners didn't fuss over me enough. The return on exploiting your love and devotion was better for me.'" That's a funny way of looking at it. They carry on saying, "Yeah, sure. Appealing proposition you have there, cheater. Let me get right on that." Someone else replied saying, "Right, he needs a PR team or something." That's a funny way of looking at it like that. Someone else left a comment saying, "Yes, it's terrible when they just want you because they need you, not because they love you. You can love yourself better." OP replied saying, "You really hit on something there. He's weirdly fixated on being useful. And he swore that he was just talking to these women to help him with things and feel useful. He pointed out that he's done so many things for me, like making sure my oil gets changed, and reminding me to get my car inspected. I had a very long and healthy relationship with a mechanic, and so doing these things is second nature to me, but I let him because I knew it made him feel good. But then he wanted to use this so-called usefulness as proof that he loved me, even if he couldn't be faithful." Sounds like a curious specimen. Someone else left a comment saying, "So basically, you're the backup plan. He didn't care if he hurt you when he thought he had options, but now those options are gone, and he figures he'll settle with you. He's not thinking of you, he's thinking how you make him feel." Completely agree. It's not about you, it's about him. The OP replies saying, "Well now, don't forget all the things I did for him, like domestic labor and childcare, and using my professional skills to help his kid, and the bank account I'd be bringing with me, and the house I was planning on building that he wanted to move into. He really thought he'd have a loving, doting 50-50 wife at home, and an Instagram model evenings. What a fucking clown." OP, it sounds like you already know what you need to do. And, fill up the comments. No. I guess my take is, just don't touch him with a 6-foot barge pole. Steer well clear. And, yeah. You can just watch him crash and burn on his own. So, what do you think OP should do? What would you do in the comments? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, hit the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss the latest upload. Alrighty, we'll have to leave that there. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.